So I just wanted to clear something up. I made an error in the first video claiming this car is an RS. It is not. It's a base model. I was remembering back to what I read out of the appraisal on the car, and I just remembered wrong. You know, I'm getting old. I remembered it as an RS, but it's not. It's a base model. And I was kind of questioning it because it did not have the flip-up headlights. I didn't know if they removed them, you know, trying to convert it to give it the SS look, although there are SS RSs. But anyway, so it's not an RS. It is a base model. And we're going to get this thing built, turn it into one sweet ride. So let's get on with the video, and I'll show you what I got done so far. So after about 24 hours of teardown, here's where I got it. Got it pretty well down to just the body. We're going to get it outside today. It's supposed to be nice and warm. I want to get it outside and get it all blasted, or not blasted, but pressure washed. Get some of this grease off the front end. And the convertible top cylinders were leaking, so there's a lot of oil down in those corners. We get them all degreased. So we did find a few things that we didn't expect. So the front floor pan is worse than thought. So we'll probably be doing sections, this whole section. It's really good underneath the seat riser here, but the patches, that front patch comes back to about here. So probably just do the whole thing. Under the rear seat was good. So we're all right there. And the trunk still, everything there still looks really good. So that should be okay. Let's see what else we found. Yeah, on this side too, you can see there's a few more holes than thought. But that's the thing, you never really know until you tear into it. I am going to put in a little kind of how-to. So there's a plastic rain gutter that goes in here. And it wasn't real simple in trying to figure out how to get it out, because it laps up under here and there isn't a lot of room here. So I'll throw in a little video on how the heck to get that out. So after you get the convertible top removed, there's a plastic rain gutter in here that's held up by a bunch of screws around it, Phillips screws. Take them out. You can maybe even leave the screws in the last two there, because this gutter's got a back edge to it that's tucked up under the sheet metal, and between the wheel tub and the sheet metal there's very little room. So the only way to get it out is make sure this is up high and carefully pull down and start working, bending it a little bit out as you go. There we go. Trying not to break it. Come on. There we go. You gotta really carefully flex it out and down while keeping the back up high. And should be able to get it out one piece. I already did the other side. You know, it does have some breaks where all the screws were. So I don't know if we can maybe try and repair that or see how much a new one will cost, but that's just a little tip to help get that rain gutter out. And another little tip is this molding here was kind of a pain. There's a pretty obvious screw right here that holds it in, but they snuck one back in here, right here, that comes up from underneath, and with the top still installed, that's kind of a bear to get at, and there's one in each corner. But once you get these two screws out, it does just take like a wood block and tap, and it comes off pretty easily. But finding that screw I didn't know it was there. It was kind of a pain. And same with the windshield moldings. I mean, they're real easy to get these off, the sides and the top. And there's plenty of videos showing how to do it if you want to learn how to do it. But nothing really shows how to get the bottom one out. The way I ended up doing it was I was removing the cowl panel anyway. So I just pulled the cowl panel off and then the clips bolt in. So I just unbolted them, took it out. But the tool you use for getting these off did not work for down here. So that's that. So yeah, everything, I was really impressed. Looked really good. The core support looks great. Just needs to be cleaned up, repainted. The fenders, I had kind of assumed this lower section had been repaired on one for sure, maybe both, but if you look at the back side here, they look great. I'm assuming they're original fenders, and they're really solid. Everything looks good all the way around. Yeah, with the way all the bolts were rusted on there, I'm sure these have not been removed. One of the sides did have some damage up at the bottom here. Hood looks great. Deck lid looks great. The front valance, I mean, it's all chipped to heck, but otherwise not rusty at all. Same with this fender. There again, you know, real clean. It's just dirt. Same with down below. So nice. The extra quarter panels that came with it, I don't know if I'll maybe use some of the wheel well here to patch what's been done on the car. On the doors, we did find a little extra, so I don't know if this, you'll see it in this light, but there's a bunch of holes they drilled through it. It must have been dented, and they drilled and slide hammer and then just filled the holes with Bondo. So we may end up skinning that door. That's the passenger door. Driver's door looks great. I mean, all the way down to the bottom. They all look really good. So no rust along the bottom edges. So big bonus. Inner fenders, same way. Everything looks really good. You know, a lot of times these areas down here kind of rusted out. But these are mint, you know, just some surface rust. Grill panel has got some broken edges. See about fixing them. Otherwise, it's nice shape. See, cowl, spoiler, that stuff's all good. Convertible top laying there. That'll get recovered. I'll send that out. And that's one thing too I researched was these mounting locations here. If you move them, it can be a real bear to get the top back fitting correctly. So I tried to leave them right where they were, pulling the top off. But down in the quarters, everything looks good and original. This side, there is a couple little Bondo holes, boogers poking through, so we'll probably find a little damage there. But no, I think we got a good starting point. So I'm gonna get this thing outside, get the pressure washer on it, get some degreaser in the corners of the quarters there, clean them out and clean this front off. And then we'll be ready to pull the front subframe and the rear end. Well, got the body completely stripped. Everything off the firewall dash is all stripped. Things look really nice up under the dash. Probably be able to leave that actually original. I'll just have them blast about halfway up the footwells there. Then we'll just blend in our epoxy. I did get the floor pan patches today, all but the one piece. So now it is ready to pull the rear end out, pull the front subframe off, and get it on the rotisserie. First I have to build the bracing. Now I got the dash out. I think I got some good places I can go from, like this back mount here up to under the dash, to make that good and strong. And I may still be able to go all the way back to by where the hinge bolts on and run all the way through there up into the dash, and then X that out, and then maybe something going from here up into here, just to make sure the door opening stays correct. And I'll just mask off what's left of the dash and the windshield. So, all right, that's about it for this video. So next video, we'll get the structure welded into it and get it mounted on the rotisserie. I'll be able to come off these front mounts here, and then I think I'll use the shackle mounts in the back for the rotisserie, so I can stay back off of this panel here. And then we'll to get it to the stripper. So, all right, I hope you watched all the way to the end here, and look forward to getting the next one out and showing you some more progress. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you in the next one.